this week, we take a look at Harley Hogworks and Amazon Saddlebag levers. We cover the whole price spectrum this week. Well, most of it anyways. Let's see if we cover the quality spectrum as well. So, I already removed one of the original latches from the bike, so we can compare the quality of all three of these together. Now, yeah, the factory ones are chrome, and I wanted to install some black latches to fit with the specials blacked out look. But browsing places like Revzilla and other retailers, I was shocked at the lack of simple, non-zombie finger or non-edge cut or whatever other stupid design parts that are out there to buy. Even the knockoff market is filled with played out edge cut crap. Now, my only options for plain black levers was HD and Hogworks as far as I could tell. And after looking at discount dealers like Shootout and Board Tracker, the Hogworks weren't that much cheaper than genuine HD levers. But I opted for these matte black levers because I'm not the biggest fan of gloss paint, especially on a motorcycle. Now I know there's a ton of gloss black parts on this bike, but removal and powder coating will be down the road a ways. So I might as well make it look as tacky as possible right now. So first, let's take a look at the HD lever. So this is going to be the most important part of the lever itself, because this is where it's going to engage the latching mechanism. So I'm going to get these up close and we're going to take a look and see if the designs are even close from the HD, the Hogworks, and the Amazon. This is the Hogworks. I don't know if you can notice, but these edges aren't quite as sharp and nicely cut as the HD ones are. I don't know if these are Chinese repops or who makes them. If you look at the Hogworks one, you'll notice that this one isn't quite as cleanly cut as the HD is. I'm sure that has to do with some of the powder coat that they have on it. But if you look, this is clear, and on that side, it's kind of more subtle, is a good word for it. Now, let's take a look at the Amazon one. And I will list the seller in the description. Now, if you look at the Amazon ones, these are CNC cut. You can see the marks in them, but that key doesn't quite look the same as the HD one does it? Close, but you'll notice it changes just a little bit right up in here. So we'll try this one and we'll try the Hogworks. We'll see which one fits and see if it works. We'll go from there. Alright, so we got the saddlebag lid here. Let's look at the let's compare the handles. That one goes in very nicely, nice and tight. Now I'm pushing up on the inside and I'm pushing this fairly nice and tight. Functions smoothly. Now let's try the Hogworks. Also nice and tight. Functions nicely. Then here we have the Amazon ones. I'll make sure I list the seller for these. So even though I'm pressing down on here and pressing up on the inside, there's still a bit of play in these, in the fitting, or in the keyway here. They work. But I would suggest if you're going to use these, try to use the HD hardware. And by the looks of it, you might have to run a tap in here to clean this up. Because I guarantee that this screw is going to be a lot better than anything these guys send you. So now to get the Hogworks ones installed, because that's the ones I'm going to stick with, we pull the gasket off the HD ones. Now if you notice, it didn't quite go off and on as smooth as they did on the HD ones, because this is chrome and I'm sure this powder coating is a little bit thicker here. So for this screw, we're going to need a T20 Torx. So I'm assuming I put that gasket on there right. But to get this tight, it starts to bind up. I'm not sure if that has to do with the gasket. Take it right to the binding point. I don't know. It feels different. Just wanted to drop this out for you guys. This is the hardware that came with the Amazon ones. These are just O-ring, and these screws are not the best quality. I don't know if you can see that. So if you're gonna put the Amazon ones on, you might run into an issue with water leakage if you don't use the Harley gasket and use these instead. So just be aware of that and try to avoid these if you can, because they might go in one time but they probably won't come out or won't finish going in. Alright guys, that's it for this week. We got rid of these ugly chrome levers, although heavy and nicely made. We kind of determined that these will work. They're not the best quality. You can see the machining marks in them, but they're still, I mean, a good value if they work, and if they don't, you know, wear out that keyway in there that they fit into. So I'll leave the links for these in the description. I'll leave a link for the Hogworks ones that I installed, and yeah, you can find the Harley ones on their site. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Thanks.